south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. That a 92-yard kick return as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So how about that? You want to talk about coming into a environment and just silencing the crowd. They just did it.
There's no way. All week long, they've talked about having this type of a start, but I think they looked at it from the offensive team's perspective. You know, get the opening kickoff. You guys control the ball. A lot of people are now going to say, okay, now your offense, will they be out of whack? No, not at all. They're going to be absolutely happy. They're relaxed. They took care of business for them. They don't have any pressure now. They can just
down here at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go. 120!
Play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
a quick burst there. He nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
5-yard line. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. And they work this field across the 45. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position. Everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical, getting the defense.
Into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 53 yards. As guys are on the board here in this first quarter. We'll go ahead and strap in. Less than minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick following that fumble return. At the 5. To the 29-yard line.
Here we go.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Room here as he only gets it to at the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room. The 34.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game considering the blitz that they edge against them.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Mahomes to the former Rams, Sammy Watkins for the Kansas City first. Midfield into 49er territory. A first down, leave them with a 2nd and 2. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early. And that's a big pick.
Inside the 30. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 26.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove with excellent pace, money throw right there.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Someone's looking fresh, and his O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice reverse.
Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Caught. What? End zone for a Chiefs touchdown. From 17 yards out, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches and down.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You can have a lot to handle in this one.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. In the to come, cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that, doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. As this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us.
And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. These teams all tied after 1.
Let's go.
Be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run DBs. Up, head up.
Route. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a 1st down.
Right on these
For a Chiefs touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out as his guys are able to regain the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got it in.
It's going to be a tough chance to do it. Got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And in the end, it was all capped off by the Damian Williams touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown. Raheem Mostert. 8 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now. They call him.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Gold able to tack on the extra point. And we got time here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This is fielded out.
That's why you stretch.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. 20 and 5. And he will for a Damian Williams, 77 yards, as his guys have now moved out in front. Boy, the action just coming fast and furious right now. The fridge, you picked the wrong time. 2 long touchdowns.
Yeah, and that's how you answer a one-play drive with a one-play drive of your own. And you're exactly right. If you step away from the action, my dad took me to a Major League Baseball game when I was 8, and I needed to go to the bathroom. Of course, while we're in the bathroom, grand slam home.
Well, it tends to happen that way. Pass to the 23-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
Very strange situation. And you're right. You can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
One, but more than
into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, 43 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Now goal for the extra point. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that way has to be thinking, wait a minute, some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This will be 25, call it the 24-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense.
Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
First play of the second and 12. To go with it, and he goes down.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far, so maybe the question isn't to score the most. Maybe it's who's going to get some
pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Nick Bosa, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up fourth down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. As it from their own end zone. Well at all as they stop it far behind the line to gain. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports.
Here we go.
A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. John 18. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. Well, we know it's a tough mission for this defense to hold them to a field goal after that long kick return, but they're one play away from doing it.
They certainly are very close to accomplishing what they needed to get. An interception. Before you go out, you get together as a defense and go, sudden change, keep your poise, be ready to go. That's exactly what this group has done.
Zone touchdown 49ers. Raheem Mostert on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as they have taken the lead. This is becoming quite the half he's had.
Our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the thing with it. Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 ready for it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The split at the 5. Gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's Damian Williams making his way back out. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you they used to call it in the West Coast offense the long handoff, serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him out of position. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. The second down play, not much better. Just Watkins. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. We now proceed to the start of the second half. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back. Take it. All the way down inside the 25-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy. A lot of teams do. Not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, first and goal. They'll 1-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with second and goal coming up. McCoy, the lone man in the backfield on second and goal. Touchdown, Kansas City. Punching it in from a yard away as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second, we do have a flag. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So a tie ball game. Kicks away. Shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game.
Going to try and get a start and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall,
here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Chris Jones on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now go. The 35. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 34-yard line.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people.
Garoppolo finding his tight end Kittle.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to result.
18-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's your first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Absolutely nowhere as he's melted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs, but the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play.
But not Not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Let's go, defense. Let's go.
At the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game, loosening things up.
Get across the plane as they spin right on the one.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one, and on that play.
Get that.
It's not just getting the 4th. He's the hot hand, so to speak, right? The hot feet in this situation, and he knows how to find the end zone. That time, he just didn't get there.
Back now here in Santa Clara. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. The start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Got to kick it, right? I mean, even the short yardage, you boot this thing, don't you?
Yeah, but I know how aggressive you are. I know what you want. You want to go for it, don't you? You're feeling it, aren't you?
Yeah, but treat it like a football game, not like Madden.
I like that. Fight the temptation. Because if you don't get it, you put a lot on your defense in a short amount of time.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, score the down.
It's a 25 to the line. And now here comes Kansas City. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip for these slow down. Because right now, it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first.
You don't want time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
This time they get him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, on Scott, in the NFL. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game. And look at this. He will not a scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. From the 34 now, here's the linebacker Anthony Hitchens there on the stop. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means defense. and try to score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption.
Before he's brought down. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look for a way to look at this. They get it. Just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense?
Still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason. Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
So the opening play in the backward. Now they'll come up. And they have Watkins. He's going to go. And all the way in for a down. Sammy Watkins, 85 yards. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front.
Wow, I know it's a never say never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late. Got to rally. The last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards. Shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Garoppolo and the Niners now down by 4, a minute 13 to play. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now. They come up on 1st and 10. Shake off the interception. 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with a minute 6 left to go in the game. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here we are. 20. Him up nicely deep down in KC territory. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. The throw. Touchdown San Francisco. George Kittle in the final minute, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute.
So how many practices we watched over time where scoring late in the game and finding a way to win, as we just saw there.
Just saw it right there. Now can they preserve that advantage that they just got? So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And now all eyes shift over to the Chiefs, trailing by a field goal. 47 seconds remaining. Pan actually come up on first down. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed him. And heads down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Just went all the way back to the 30. He was looking for Watkins that time.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Yards there and a Niner first.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to make a lot of tackles.
A scrimmage and in this football game. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they close.